What's going on, guys? JS Pyro here, and welcome back to Warframe. Now, I have just completed the Lotus Eater's quest. Don't worry, I did record it, and you'll be able to check that out here soon. My initial intro broke, though, so that's why I'm recording this after the fact, so don't panic. But that being said, though, it is a very, very short quest, and so I'm not going to talk too much here about my thoughts and going in because I've already done it. Kind of can't do that now. So I'm just going to let it go ahead and play, and I hope you guys do enjoy it, and we'll talk about it after. Oh. Oh, okay. We're just doing the this is what you are. Oh, that gave me chills. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop and listen to this for a minute. I'm sorry. This is. Wow. I'm not sure. Is this my favorite version of this song? Alright, let's continue. Sorry, I just had to stop and listen to that for a second, because that's fire. Alright, what's going on? So is it by the phone as we predicted? A little phone out here. Hello, Wally, how you doing? How you doing up there? You enjoying yourself? Yeah? Okay. What an interesting take on the second Dream song. Oh. Oh, hello.
Hmm? Oh. It's you.
Oh, we got both of us here. Okay. I thought we couldn't do that. Maybe it's just temporary. Ooh, dialogue options. Okay, what do we got? Operator, are you okay? So Lotus is here. This is Lotus, in case you're not. I'm using the Margulis skin, so this is Lotus. Let's see here. We have this. I'm not sure. We know that Albert uses one of these, so I'm not sure if I want to say don't listen to it. What is that noise? Are you okay? Let's see here. We have the Drifter. Careful there. I'm here to help. What do you mean it's yours? Oh, it's you. Let's go with this one. Wait. Oh, I gotta choose both. Oh, okay.
This isn't just a bad memory, is it? This is new. Do you mind explaining exactly what you mean by that? You, my child, the great indifference wants to take. I want to let it. I feel only the call. You, my champion. Please, drown out that noise that beckons. If any other answers the call, no, it has to be you. Our paradox.
Oh, okay, hold on a sec. We'll get to that. So it's like, she says the indifference wants to take you, and I want to let it. Is it like implying that like the indifference is having some sort of hold on her through maybe this phone or something? I don't know, this little pager thing. So maybe the indifference is having a hold on her, and that's why we have to do it? I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Notice my Infirm is not active. Okay. Answer the call. Here we go! Oh! Man, this is a really hard call to answer. There we go. Okay. There we go. Oh. Oh, we're going Predator up in here. Okay. This is the mall from the... Oh, hi, Kalimos. Yeah, that's Albert's cat, Kalimos. And this looks like the mall from the 1999. Yeah, and that's the arcade. Some kind of, yeah, there's the arcade. That's where we saw, here you go. Oh, you want me to follow you? Alright, I'll slow down. I'm making my way. Do I want to explore a little bit while I'm here? Maybe a little bit. What do we got over here? Can't tell what that is from here. But I'm definitely hearing some creepy noises. I don't know if I like that very much. Where are you leading me, Kalimos? Hell yeah. Are you about to take me to a party of a lifetime? By the way, that song's banger. And I've heard a lot of people are really enjoying that. I wasn't much into boy bands back in the day, but I'll make an exception for this one. What in the world? I feel like I should be exploring a little bit. Look, I already played Chains of Horror. I don't want to do it again, thank you. Oh, it's so dark. Am I supposed to stay in the light or something? Is that the point? Here we go. What in the world? Yeah, it seems like the further away I get from Kalimos, the more dark things get. I don't know if that's gonna cause a problem or not, so we'll try to stay close. Maybe? Is it gonna cause me a problem? I don't know. We're back here. Oh, here's that picture. Hold up. Is that Albert? It looks like Albert, I think. Alright, I'm coming. Just want to look around a little bit. Hi. Oh, okay, bye. Oh, here we are. Security office, it looks like. What do we got here? That's a pager. Make contact? Alright. Am I contacting myself?
Do you hear it? The calls of angels, devils, life itself. It's grown so loud. It tries to follow in his footsteps through time. You must find him first.
Okay. The link to the past is forged, but time is running out. While Lloyd works tirelessly, and the Lotus keeps her lonely vigil, step by step the indifference draws closer to its coveted prey. Wow. Okay, so the whole point of that was to forge a link through time, allowing us to come back at a specific point, I'm assuming. Okay. Whew. Okay, here we go. Oh, you're still here? Is that it? Okay, so that's just it. Wow, okay.
Tenno, none of us could hear the device that was calling from the abyss of history. The daughter of Hunhao heard it, and almost succumbed to its call. She raised her voice in song to drown it out, and that we did hear. I should have known she was waiting for you. You answered a call and, in a way, found an answer for me. The time is almost right to finish the Kalimos sequence. I will soon be able to send you to the city-state of Holvania in the plague year of 1999, a most perilous time. Without your equipment, you would surely perish. Luckily, the vessels have a connection to Albrecht's volunteers that I believe I can exploit. You will not arrive unarmed, nor unarmored. We won't be late.
It is hungry, Tenno. And I am a distraction.
Well, okay then. All right, so sorry. So that was not Whispers in the Walls. That was Lotus Eaters. I'm gonna be honest, a bit underwhelming. Not because it was bad, but just simply because it wasn't what I was expected, considering the end of Whispers of the Walls and how we left with our doppelganger Tenno and our doppelganger Entrades, presumably, saying how they get.
I kept vigil while you slept through the dark centuries. I can do it again.
Okay, I love your quotes, Lotus. I'm glad we're getting more from you. Don't get me wrong, I'll come back and talk with you, hun, later. But right now, I'm trying to end the video. Can you please be polite? No, I'm just kidding. Alright, let me just move away. I'm just going to move over here. So, there we go. Alright. So, yeah. What was I saying? Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes. At the end of Whispers in the Walls, we kind of got this cutscene with our doppelganger Tenno and Albert doppelganger. So presumably talking about how, despite the failure and how we backed out on our deal, yet we still end where we began. You know the line. So it seems that they were so confident, and in that cutscene they specifically crushed what looked like a lotus flower, like a one from the beginning of the game, during that first initial awakening cutscene that the Tenno was placing down before the original 3 starter frames. It looked like they crushed it, so that it looked like they were going after the Lotus, and I thought that's what we're gonna get here. And I guess we kind of did. It definitely seems like Lotus is getting some sort of influence from the man in the wall here. It seems like Wally might be trying to get in her head, maybe due to that quote-unquote change that Hun Hao talked about in the new war quest. If you remember, in the new war quest, Hun Hao said, even for us, definitely Zamark, she won't be the same. You understand that, right? Something like that. So the assumption was that Lotus would be different somehow, and how it would be. So maybe that's what he was talking about, that she'll be more corruptible, more influenceable, maybe. I don't know. But it definitely seems that Wally's got some sort of grip on her based on that interaction, or at least based on what I heard. I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen. Could be wrong, but it seems like Wally was trying to convince her, considering she said, the one that my child, the one that the indifference wants to take, to get, or whatever, and I want to let it. It's like, what? Right? So it's like, police, I think I need an adult. Anyway, so I don't know, maybe it seems that Wally seems to be having some sort of influence, but it seemed like she resisted that influence and pushed away from it, and in order to help with that, she had our drifter answer the call. Maybe because we can't. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation here. It was very, very vague, as Warframe tends to be, especially a lot of their quests like this. They like to keep it vague for the big reveals later. But that being said, it definitely, what we do know is that we clearly forged a connection with the past, which is what the whole point of this was, is getting that connection so that in the Whispers of the Wall quest, we went back in time, but we were too late, as Albert put it. We were too late. Could you shut the frick up? Anyway, he's so rude. But that being said, we got that connection to the past, so now Lloyd's working on getting us there. And it seems that Arthur and the proto-frames are going to be how we connect to the past. We're going to be using them in a way to get in there. So really looking forward to that. Now, how Lotus plays into all this, I'm not really sure. I guess, as she said, she's a distraction now. So I guess that's her point, is that the indifference is pushing back in, and she's going to try to keep it back a bit more while we have to buy some more time while we work on this. But it definitely seems that Wally has an interest in her. Ever since the new war, as we saw, it literally attacked her. It looked like it was about to attack her. Some people speculate that something happened to the Lotus in that moment. Maybe that's why she's being affected by Wally. Maybe during that moment, confrontation at the end of the new war, something did happen. We don't know. Again, it was all speculation at the time. But that's basically, we're all going to have to wait for that, unfortunately. That being said, with the TennoCon reveals that we got, it definitely seems like we're going back in time. And now, I can't tell whether or not this is a parallel universe, this Holvania, as they put it, or or actual history, because a lot of what we have about the rise of the Orcan Empire and how things were back then was speculation at best, but we do know things were very, very different. Albrecht in the Albrecht lore specifically talked about the radiation war. In fact, you know what? Let's just quickly go to that real quick and do that. That's Lloyd. Let me go to Lloyd. There we go.
Be pragmatic.
All right, here we go. If we go here, if you listen, this entry specifically talks about the before.
Zata. Truth. It began long before us. We who now live our perfect and dull, endless lives. It began long before these moon palaces and body markets hurling around our golden sun. It began long before our light coil thinkers, our radiation wars, our oil,
our smoke.
It began with us. The continent.
So, but you can go look at that yourself. But you hear there, specifically, he talks about the before, all the gilded palaces and the moons and this stuff. It began before then, and the radiation wars. So, I read in the comments of my reaction to the TennoCon that people were theorizing that this Holvania takes place during the quote-unquote radiation wars, and possibly the creation of the Infested. Now, originally it was presumed that the Orcan created the Infested as a response to the Sentient War, which happened a bit later, well around the whole rise of the whole Gilded Palaces stuff, which definitely don't seem to be a thing back then. So, but that was speculation. As far as I know, that was speculation, not actual lore, based on what we knew. So some people are now saying that maybe this is the actual genesis of the infestation, and that maybe the radiation wars were what caused the infestation, and these wars were basically fought and almost wiped out all of humanity. And they were saying that that eventually the Orcan came in the Orcan era and basically terraformed the Earth back to the way it was, which we know the Orcan can terraform because of the tower out in Orvalis. That being said, though, it definitely makes sense, and some other people were talking about how these Scaldera, I hope I'm pronouncing their names correctly, the enemy faction back in the 1999 might actually be Proto-Grineer, as supposedly there's a lore entry somewhere that says that a lot of the original templates, the original copies that were made for the Grineer were made from criminals of very bad crime, and they're speculating that maybe that this crime might have been the radiation wars, and the Scaldera were these criminals who were then converted into Grineer, hence why they might kind of resemble Grineer a lot in their design, which could be possible. That would be really cool. Now, we do know for a fact that the proto-frames are not actually the proto-frames, because you got to remember that Warframes were made far in the future by Ballas as a response to the sentient threat. So Arthur and all these people that we're playing now are actually new proto-frames, not original frames, because it just wouldn't make sense. The timelines just wouldn't line up. It would seem that Albrecht himself, when he went back, brought a strain of the Helminth with him to turn Arthur and his compatriots into frames to help them fight against the Infested. Maybe he offered it to them as a means of, hey, you help scratch my back, I'll scratch yours? Something like that, I guess. I don't know. Regardless, it's all part of his master plan. But the infestation, the Proto-Grineer, the radiation wars, this could actually be genuine history from our timeline, not some alternative like the Drifters. But again, with Eternalism being the standard in Warframe, anything's possible. That's kind of the point. Yeah, that pretty much said, though, there's a lot of stuff to talk about going into the Warframe 1999 later this year, and I would love to hear your guys' theories down below. I love reading theories and information. If you have any lore that I might miss or not understanding, by all means, leave it down below, because I don't always have time to read every last entry. I try to keep up in the lore as best as I can, but a lot of times it comes down to me watching videos or reading your comments. So if there's anything that I might not be misrepresenting or misunderstanding due to lack of information, by all means, let me know your theories. Let me know your information and where you found it. I would love also if you guys would leave sources. Not a lot of times people tell me this stuff. They don't leave any sources. I would love to know where the hell you're getting this. So I would appreciate it if you do tell me something like, oh, I know for a fact that this so-and-so happened, and the game says this. Let me know where you found that so I can then follow up by looking into it myself. I would love to. If not, I understand, but I would appreciate it if you could. That being said, this video has gone on long enough. Enough speculation. We got plenty of work to do in preparation for 1999. So I'm going to leave it here. I got to go farm Sevagoth Prime still missing the gold piece. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.